What is up, everyone? JD here. Hope you're all doing well today. Today, I'm really excited to bring you my favorite carries from the week. On Monday, it was a little interesting because I kind of didn't get an early start to the day. I was doing some stuff around the house. So while I was out at the house, what I was actually doing was carrying my Savi conspirator. I was kind of doing like a My Card of Monday thing, but it wasn't my intent to carry that for the full day. I really do like this knife a lot. It's very fidgetable. It has a good weight to it, and I really do like the Nitro V on here. I think Savi did a really good job on it. I did see recently where there was an option for a titanium pocket clip that's milled that lays flat, because I really don't love this pocket clip in hand. It feels a little pokey. It's not awful, but I do feel it a lot when I grab the knife to use it to get into a package or cut down some cardboard or whatever I'm using it for around the shop. But the acid etch stone wash on this knife has really held up well. I'm really impressed with it. Savi does a really good job with that. That was what was in my pocket Monday morning, so I'm kind of setting it to the side. And then when I actually got ready and was heading out, I actually got the Incosi out. Hadn't carried it in a little while. It was Memorial Day on Monday. I wanted to kind of carry something that was USA made, and I really do love this knife. I think it has really comfortable ergonomics. It does have like the indicators of where your finger goes, but it does have just a little bit of room here to move so that you can choke up quite comfortably and get into a really nice position to actually use this knife. Really great knife. Still loving it a lot. It is a bit of a workhorse. I think the hollow grind and the really thinness of this blade, but the strength that it carries as well, really deceptive. I know this is really looked at as like a classy carry, a classy looking piece, but it really is a nice knife to use, very comfortable in hand, and I really do like it a lot. I have not had to change anything on it. And then in my fifth pocket when I was carrying that, well, actually in my organizer down in my pocket when I was carrying the Incosi, I also had my Runt 5. I love these little knives because they're great to pull out in a pinch, get into a package, get into a letter, cut some string or zip ties without having to pull out the full knife. And I'm really enjoying this one. The texturing on here, really well done. I think ProTech should just make this standard. I know some people probably don't really like the aesthetics of this, so I understand why they don't, but I really just think this should just be the standard on aluminum scales. I think it looks really nice. I think it feels really good in hand, and it offers really good gripping. I did find a bead, and I'm going to do like a little short lanyard off the back here to give myself a little something to grip onto. I'm going to try to make it a little chunky as well and put the little chunky bead that I found on there on the knife, so that'll be coming soon. But a really great small fifth pocket carry. So like that's everything that I ended up handling on Monday. I know that I didn't carry out the conspirator out of the house, but I did enjoy carrying it around the house. I broke down some boxes. Can't remember what else I was working on, and then when I headed out for a little while for the day, I grabbed the Incosi and the Runt. Again, that was for Memorial Day. I also, when I went into the office, kept the Incosi in the pocket, and then what I also carried in my fifth pocket, because I do wear the jeans to the office, we're casual right now, is I did grab the Chernobyl Ant. Really enjoying this. This has surprised me quite a lot. It's a chunkier blade and or a chunkier knife. It's still a thick geometry for the blade for such a small knife, but it really does perform really well. And I'm really finding that I'm enjoying this more and more. It's still my favorite. I really do like this Finch a whole lot. The glow resin, they have I think the red micarta, it might be brown micarta or red micarta, I'm not 100% sure. And then they have another one, and I can't think of the third option. But this is a great little knife. The 14C from QSP is done really well. The action's really good. I'm not really hard using this one as much. This is still kind of like my fifth pocket, even though it's a little bit bigger than the Runt. But I did have the Incosi and the Chernobyl Ant in the pocket on Tuesday, so I kind of carried this half of Monday and then into Tuesday. And then I carried this half of Monday, and then the Chernobyl Ant was the fifth pocket carry for Tuesday. So it's really busy early in the week, but it does clean up a little bit after that. So on Wednesday, I did bust out my Concept Convict. This is just a great knife. This really feels like a premium Warncliffe shaped bug out to me. Really lightweight, really thin. It's a good size knife. It's not big, it's not small. It's definitely that medium size carry to me, but it's a really nice versatile blade. It has a very thick geometry, but the flat grind and the tall blade make it so that it actually cuts through like cardboard. And really I don't have anything that's I'm continuously cutting through where I have to worry about drag, so to speak. So when you're doing like ropes, zip ties, or other materials, you're probably getting like halfway through the blade. This one here, it's not coming through on the camera, but right in this area you can see a little bit of the scarring, but the stone wash finish on the satin blade really does a nice job masking that up. But again, I think little scars and marks and things of that nature give the blade character, so I really like that a lot. So that was what was in the main pocket on Wednesday, and then down in the organizer I had my mini sheepdog. Again, this is the same thing as the Runt 5, nice just to break out for light tasks, getting into something that doesn't require a lot of work. And I just love the stonewash Kaiser did on this. I want to take my 10V. I'm probably going to do that this weekend. I'd like to take the 10V back apart and stonewash it a little bit more, because when you look at their stonewash, the pelting is getting down a little bit closer to the metal, so it has some reflectivity, whereas the stonewash here, it's really even hard to make it show up on the camera. You can see here on the lines where it beaded down the matte finish, it looked like this and then ended up like that, so it did fade it out a little bit. But I definitely like to take the full-sized one, or the Vanguard size. It's not the XL, it's the regular size, I guess. I don't know what else to call it, but I definitely would like to take that back through. But this is a great little knife. It is a 3-finger knife, and then it does have a little spot here to choke up if you do have to get a better purchase on it to do something a little bit more heavy duty, but really that's not what this is truly intended for. So that was Wednesday's carry. On Thursday, I broke out a knife I hadn't carried in a while, and that is the Benchmade bug out. It was just the bug out on Thursday, and I still really love the way the titanium scales came out with my own anodizing. It has just a little bit of a hint of some purple mixed in with the blue, and it's really held up quite well. I'm very impressed. I would have thought the anodizing would have been showing more snails and more wear and stuff, and while you do see some like oil mixed in here where I'm grabbing it and it is wearing a little bit, it still has held up really well, and I just think that wear gives it a really good look. I've had to just maintain the edge on this one. I've stropped it up a little bit to get it to have a nicer edge, but the S30V from Benchmade has performed really well, and no corrosion whatsoever. You can see just, a little bit here and there. I guess it doesn't really show up on the camera as much because I'm looking under the camera as I'm talking to you guys, and you can see like a little bit of wear in person, but it really is hard to get it to show up on camera. But I do love a bug out, and I think it's definitely one that I recommend for like your collections. If you're a collector, if you have knives, I think a bug out is something that definitely should be in your collection. I really do like it a lot. I had looked at Lynch Northwest short clip and MXG short clip because I thought about getting it and trying to go with the higher voltage to get to that darker blue for the offset, but I really just love this factory clip so much, so that's why it's still on there. And the black hardware, I haven't found anything that really matches the hardware for the standoffs and the thumb studs to justify swapping that out, so that's why it's still on there. But anyway, that was what was in the pocket on Thursday. On Friday, I had my Demco 80 20.5 with the Arctic Storm fat carbon scales, matching back spacer, and I do have the Lynch Northwest deep carry pocket clip and the lightly anodized blue. Even though they're different colors, it's still that light blue. I did that to bring out the little bit of pop of the light blue in here. I really like that. I have the skiffs in here, and this one here I asked Spencer on Instagram to kind of leave a little bit more material here, so mine is a little unique in that facet because it doesn't actually make, or when you're gripping it, your finger doesn't actually make contact with the back of the blade here where the pivot rotates. So I have my purple one here, but it never seems to want to show up as good on camera. But you can see here where it actually, the material, and this is the factory scale. The factory scale is like this as well. You make contact with that, which is not something that I want to do. It doesn't do anything to create any kind of hot spot or anything like that. But here, having a little bit of extra material just keeps the hand off of it, which I really appreciate. I love the shark foot design. I know it's more Warncliffe, and my OS 10A, I got a later run on my 10A because I missed out on the first 2 batches, but I don't know maybe if they corrected the heat treat or what happened with it, but my edge is really nice and it has a good deal of bite. It definitely feels toothy to me. So if you have mixed reviews or mixed feedback from reviewers, I guess just to say, that's probably because it depends on the batch, or maybe they just got one that was bad out of a batch. But I really do like mine a lot. It's a great carry size, and again, this is definitely very bug out-esque. Thin like a bug out, carries very lightweight like a bug out. Same with that concept, so I really do like that. And then in my 5th pocket on Friday, I'm really liking the runt. If you can't tell, it's getting 5th pocketed a lot. So is the Finch, but that was what was in the 5th pocket Friday. So let me know what you're carrying. What is in your pocket today? What are you enjoying that you're carrying a lot here lately, or that you've picked up new recently that you're really enjoying? Leave it down in the comments below. I love to hear that stuff. Again, it does help sometimes because it may be something I'm on the fence about, and your feedback may help one way or the other, or it may be something I am unaware of, because I do discover new things all the time because of comments that you viewers leave for me, so I really appreciate that. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Leave a like for today. Don't forget to leave that like. And if you do subscribe or are subscribed, make sure that notification bell is set to all so you get alerts. Check out my links down below. It does help the channel so I can fund knives for reviews and all sorts of good stuff. I appreciate you tuning in today. Thanks for the support if you're already subscribed. And as always, I hope you have a fantastic week. Until next time, peace.